Hey everyone, welcome to a frigid edition of the Baer Facts. I am calling in from the Lacey household, and it looks like
It
Jay.
looks like you're in from a soup kitchen, Kyle. What are you wearing exactly? What is
This is
this a hobo edition of the Bear Facts?
actually, this sweatshirt is from Crochet Kids, and this hat is from Crochet Kids. It's
Nice.
my cousin's nonprofit that makes clothing out of Peru and Africa and sells it in the United States to help people.
See, there you go. I like the hat. Cool. The logo's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Go to crochetkids.org. So I've completely lost it.
Well, now
What is the temperature?
indoors. We're indoors, which is the good thing, right? If we actually briefly discussed doing this version of the Bear Facts outdoors because it is the coldest I have ever been, or coldest I have ever been in a place in my life. Probably not for Kyle, but it is -10 right here in Bloomington, and probably about the same up there in suburban Indianapolis. It is, yeah, it's cold.
It's frigid. And so basically, I needed to dress up, and so I did. So today's topic of conversation is about browsing behavior on mobile phones as well as consumers using apps. And we're talking directly to an Ad Age article that came out in August that says U.S. adults now spending more time on digital devices than watching TV. And I think that we've talked a lot about the multi-screen environment where I'm using a tablet, I'm using my phone while watching television. And I think that Nielsen's coming, out with those reports that say that, Twitter is being used during popular TV shows. So what do you think about this switch in regards to how people are using mobile devices compared to what we now deem traditional, I guess, technology, honestly, traditional media?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of thinking around where are we at in technology and trends, and participating in a lot of the sort of 2014 prediction type of content pieces with a bunch of different organizations. And obviously, mobile is on everybody's mind, and a lot of predictions around mobile. But I've been thinking, well, what does that really mean? And you take a look at data like this, which shows that Americans spend more time on mobile devices than they spend watching television. And I don't think that stat got as much play as it should have. It was originally out of eMarketer, written up in Ad Age. I mean, just think about that. Spending more time on digital devices than on television, that is crazy. And then we have other data that shows that inside digital devices, especially on smartphones, that smartphone users spend up to 80% of their time on apps instead of in the mobile web or mobile browsing environment. So if you're on your iPhone, you're using all your different apps 80% of the time. You're using Safari 20% of the time. And that certainly makes intuitive sense to me in terms of how I use my smartphone and how my family uses their smartphones. And I talked about this in the utility book, and I got this idea initially from last year's Connections conference at ExactTarget, where George Colony from Forrester talked about the fact that your website will eventually become the AM radio of the internet, right? That your website will become the thing that people who don't have technology, that's how they get in touch with your company, and everybody else will be accessing your company via mobile, specifically via apps. And I talked about that in the utility book and got a lot of crap for it, frankly. People were like, oh, you're insane. Apps are not going to go anywhere. Why would you build an app because it's proprietary to Apple or Android? The data is there. The data is right in front of us. People use apps far more than they use mobile browsing. So if you don't have an app or a series of apps that encapsulates what's good and worthy about your company and spoon feeds it to people in those proprietary networks, I think you're missing a tremendous opportunity, not just now, but certainly in the future. I'll tell you, one of the things that we're thinking about at Convince and Convert this year is putting together an app for us and taking all the different things that we do, like Baer Facts, like podcasts, like blog posts, like ebooks, and having it spoon-fed to people in an app form. Just because you don't want to build an app or you don't believe in apps doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. That's the way I look at it.
Very true. And the consumer doesn't care either. They want a completely seamless experience, whether they're using an app or your website or any type of device that has to do with, or any type of communication medium that has to do with your brand. So that's another edition of Baer Facts. Hopefully it's warmer next time we do this, Jay, and we'll talk soon.
Bearskin rug next time.